Hi, I'm Danny, and in case you didn't already know, I was fat. Yep, you heard me right. That was me at the start of 2024. And let me explain. You see, food was my comfort, my escape, my best friend, and it was destroying me. Every emotion, every feeling, happy, sad, bored, stressed, I turned to food. Not because I was hungry, but because I was empty. And I told myself, it's just food. What's the worst that can happen? It's not like I'm doing drugs, but truthfully, I was in complete denial. I just kept watching myself get bigger and bigger, more tired, more distant from the person I once was. But still, I kept eating. My clothes stopped fitting, my energy disappeared, and my confidence long gone. Deep down, I knew I needed to change, to find something, anything that could replace what food did for me. But change, well, it felt impossible. It honestly felt like someone was telling me to go run across this ocean. The harder I tried, the more I just kept drowning. It just wasn't possible. Then one night, I was scrolling through social media, and I came across this random lad from the UK, Russ Cook, just a regular dude who decided to challenge himself to become the first man to ever run the entire length of Africa in 352 days. And if you're like me, I remember thinking to myself, what? I was in utter confusion. Like, this was such an insane story to come across. More importantly, the questions started rushing in. If one man can run across Africa, why can't I just run 1K? Like, seriously, 1 single kilometer. It sounds so small, doesn't it? But to me, it felt like I was climbing Mount Everest. I still remember my very first run. I chose to do a 6K run. And man, what a run. Part of me was super motivated and excited to go for that run. But as soon as I was 200 meters in, I was dreading every single life decision I made that day. But his words kept echoing. The infamous 1s and 2s, keep it moving, keep it tight. So I ran, or at least I tried to. The first kilometer completely broke me. I hated it every single second. I just couldn't run. I had to stop and grasp for air. Not once, not twice, but multiple times. Until we eventually got it done. 6Ks in 47 minutes. And guess what? I had to do this all over again tomorrow. Man, I dreaded my life. My lungs were hurting and my legs felt so heavy. Like, why do I have to go through all this pain? I wasn't running for joy. I was running because I was desperate. I was desperate to be free. The cravings I couldn't control and the shame I felt kept me trapped in this vicious cycle that drained me every single day. You see, when you start out running, it isn't this fun and enjoyable thing that people make it out to be. It's just pure pain and agony. Like, I never really understood why people rave on so much about running. It's like this thing that's supposed to make you feel free.
Runner's high is, I think,
Runner's high.
It's the opposite of drugs.
Running has transformed my life.
And that's why I love it.
What? That made absolutely no sense to me. But here's the thing, I did it anyway. I just pushed myself to run. There was nothing special about it. No secrets, just me putting in the Ks. And before I knew it, 3,000 Ks later, I finally understood why I love to run so much. Like, when I was stressed, overwhelmed, and anxious, the old me would have reached for food without thinking. But instantly, I found myself going for a run. Not because I had to, but because I wanted to. Running became my outlet. It just somehow felt great. Like I'd been hit hard with this feeling of euphoria, extreme joy and happiness. Slowly, I stopped turning to food when things got tough. Running was my new gateway. Day by day, step by step, I felt free. The guy who once struggled to run 1K is now preparing himself to run in multiple marathons this year, with the likes of Ballarat, Brisbane, Gold Coast, Sunshine Coast, and Auckland marathons coming up over the next few months. I've even already completed my first marathon in Inverloch earlier this year. From struggling to run 1K to finishing a full marathon. That's how far I've come. And if you made it this far, I just want to say thank you to listening to my story. Your journey might look very different to mine, but I get the struggle. I know what it feels like when food controls every part of your life, when it's your answer to everything. Here's what I discovered. Change doesn't happen overnight. It happens one step at a time. More changes, consistent effort, that's what works. Look at me now. From struggling with 1K to completing marathons. From letting food control me to finding freedom through running. Now, I'm not saying you need to go out and start getting into running like I did. It just might not be your thing. That's okay. What I'm saying is that you need to make a decision right now to break free. To stop letting food control your life. What that looks like for you, well, that's something you need to figure out. One decision, one day, one step. That's all it takes to start changing your story. If I can do it, trust me, you can take that first step. Yalla bye.